Hey, this is Pamela Riemenschneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. Greg, I've been on vacation. What's happening?
Well, there's still a lot of work being done. I don't know who's doing it, but someone is. We it definitely is harder when we're not tag teaming. I have to admit. But hopefully you've been enjoying your time, and I will get you back because I've still got a lot of time before the end of the year. One of the stories I think you would have liked had you had time to dig into more was the announcement of a new delivery service at Albertsons. You did see a little bit about it. What did you think about it?
Well, it's called Fresh Pass, and I just skimmed over it. And of course, I've been like creeping on LinkedIn. I haven't really been engaging in any conversations, but I can't stay away because that's my personality. But Albertsons' new Fresh Pass is very eerily similar to something that Amazon has already done. It's a $99 a year or $12.99 a month unlimited delivery. And I believe Walmart's also done something like this, kicked it around. And it gives members in select markets, it's only available in select markets, a chance they can either get 5% off of Albertsons exclusive own brand stuff, and they can get unlimited deliveries and drive up and go. And what's really kind of funny about this is that this announcement comes just a few days after I saw a story about Whole Foods pulling the plug on unlimited deliveries as part of your Prime membership. So we've talked about this lots of times before. There's a point where retailers are going to have to stop giving it away, especially with this online grocery thing. Giving unlimited deliveries. Delivery is a way different beast than click and collect. And I've a long time said that we can't be essentially paying someone to pick and pack and stand in line for us and deliver our groceries for us and not expect to pay more.
Oh yeah, there's no question. Anyone who is operating that as a loss leader is going to have to change the dynamic on that. And this is another example of the acceleration of what the pandemic has done, because all these retailers knew that it was going to have to pay for itself, and now it's coming faster because the popularity is so much more. And really, since we're starting to go through some of this at the same time, in a lot of places around the country again. For instance, my city, Kansas City, we just got a month-long mask mandate. And that's a deterrent for me going to the grocery store. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to do click and collect and shop in Kansas. It's just annoying unless I feel like doing it. I mean, and that's going around a lot of places in the country. And so I think we did see some data that people were returning to stores and the e-groceries was starting to slip. I think it's going to go back up.
Yeah, I think e-grocery is going to go back up. And this is coming at a time when, when these numbers are going back up, the retailers that had already announced these initiatives, I mean, it's great timing for them. When Whole Foods killed the unlimited deliveries with your Prime membership, they added a $9.99 a charge per delivery to the orders, and I'm going, wow, I mean, I'm too cheap for that, big time. But for the people who had gotten used to having Whole Foods deliver their groceries, what's $9.99 extra onto the convenience of that? I mean, I'm getting used to it as I'm becoming, I'm adulting, I guess, where I would rather not stand in line for hours and hours and hours for something. I would rather pay for a slot in line and know that it's there and be guaranteed. And I got to go to the passport office tomorrow. I could stand in line at one of them and not be guaranteed an appointment, or I can make my appointment and drive an hour and be sure and have it done. People are weighing the consequences of these things. And I have a feeling the people that really enjoy grocery delivery are the ones who are going to pay for it.
Yeah, as it should be.
For sure.
And you're right, $10 to someone who, a dual income family, and you just don't have when you're that kind of family, you can't put a price on the time that you have that's free, and you don't want to waste it. And is it worth $10. I'm sure to a lot of people, it's probably worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, think about getting off of work around 5 o'clock, getting home at 5:30, 6 o'clock, depending on if you're commuting anymore. And then you've got a finite number of hours to spend with your family before the kids go to bed. Do you want to spend an hour of that at the store? A lot of people are saying no, and they'd rather either pick up their groceries on the way home or have somebody deliver it. And speaking of, what's up? All right, see you later. Oh, we had a lot of mergers and acquisitions this week, including one that we've been waiting for the announcement.
That's right. We've been reporting on GrubMarket for a long time, and I had that exclusive interview with their CEO, Mike Zhu. And we had reported in Blue Book in our credit sheet that they acquired Grant Hunt Company, but neither company were saying anything for several months. And it did finally break this week that they had acquired them. And it's just another step that what GrubMarket's doing.
Yeah, we've been watching this company for a while, and I'd heard on the down low that they had acquired Grant Hunt. So interesting to see that news has been made official. Anything else?
We had a lot of mergers and acquisitions this week. There was in the restaurant industry, logistics industry. Check it out if you missed any of it during the week. And then the final thing I wanted to mention is we had this series in our July, August issue of Produce Blueprints about the food box program. And our writer took a look back on, what it all added up to and lessons learned. And the Friday edition is going to be 5 lessons that were learned from it and hopefully implemented in the next version of it. So check that out. It was a really good recap of what's been going on. And we talked to probably half a dozen people who participated in the program and able to have the perspective to look back. And it's good to revisit those numbers. I mean, 173 million boxes delivered, over $5 billion spent on the program, and then compared to its successor program right now through TFAP, which is they budgeted 20 million and spent less than 10, and then they re-upped it. We just found out a week or two ago through the end of the year, and they're going to spend. They didn't announce it, but they announced how many boxes they're going to buy, and that's just shy of 500,000. And if it's at the same price rate of about $7.50 per box, like it was in the first program, that's a little over $3 million. $3 million.
Wow, that's tens of meals delivered. I'm kidding. I shouldn't put it that way. But in comparison to the original food box program, it's not quite the impact that we had. What I really appreciated about this story that we had in Produce Blueprints, and I encourage everyone to go look at the digital edition of Produce Blueprints on producebluebook.com. The story is by Dr. Brian Gibson, and he is a professor at Auburn University, and he writes the supply chain solutions stories for us in Produce Blueprints. And while we have kicked around and talked about the food box program from, our point of view of how the produce industry works, Brian is the executive director of Auburn University's Center for Supply Chain Innovations, and he's a former logistics manager. So to see it come from his expert point of view of how this program worked and how it could affect the supply chain in the future, I thought was a really thorough, detailed look at the big picture of this program, along with the stories of some of the suppliers that worked with it. So not just us heckling it from the sidelines like we've done, which we've had a great time doing, but we also both know a lot about how the produce industry works, obviously. But the supply chain and logistics aspects of it, I thought were really well covered by this article. So producebluebook.com, go check out Produce Blueprints.
And I guess you should get back to your vacation, huh?
Yeah, that's it for the Produce Reporter Weekend Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. All right. Back to vacation. Staycation.
After you edit the video.
After I